Flight Text Crew here. Today we're going to take a look at another product sent to us by HobbyKing.
Well, what they sent us was a FeiyuTech FY-901. This multi-rotor auto-stabilizing flight control system is so easy to set up, it doesn't even require a computer. Let's check it out.
Cool.
Now let's see what's on the inside of the box. Looks nice. Wow. Nice packaging for it. Ooh, it's heavy. Wow. Must have something in there to help with vibration. Feels aluminum. It's cold. Okay, here we have, looks like mounting tape, wires, a jumper. Here we have a USB for updating. And of course the manual. So, let's see what's in here. Okay, so what we've got, soft mounting tape, Velcro, single jumper, and it's like, oh, I see, this just jacks into the unit itself, and then you got your servo leads here. That's handy. Well, and lastly in the box, you know what, it comes with a pretty decent manual. Nice color pictures, pretty easy to follow. You know, English is good. So now we're going to install the FY-901 on a quad frame. This is an SK450 from HobbyKing. So on here we have the Turnigy Plush ESCs. These are 40 amp ones, which is a little bit overkill for this size of a frame, actually a lot overkill, but this is what we had on hand. And the NTM prop drive motors, 1200 kV. Well, the FY-901 is very simple to configure. To configure the type of craft it is, it has 4 little dip switches right here. So on the manual, you basically follow the guide. So, for example, for an X configuration, 1 is down, 2 is on, 3 and 4 are down. So just take your little tool here, flick it up, that's it, now we're at X. FeiyuTech has included a nice little cable here, which can't be put in backwards, luckily, so that connects the receiver to the flight control system. One little plug. Reduces the number of wires and less, clutter, of course. Now, the colors are listed here in the manual, so this one here, for example, goes to channel 1. It also powers the unit. And then of course it says, the orange goes to elevator, green to throttle, yellow to rudder. And the barn wire goes to the flight control mode, so it's either 3D or flight stabilized mode. So I've got a little orange receiver here. I'm just going to start plugging these in. Make sure that, in this case, of course, the control wires are up. So here we are, all wired up, ready to go. Now we're going to prepare the flight controller for being mounted on the quad. So what we have here in the manual shows 4 little squares, 1 in each corner, which they've so nicely included, of course. This is the vibration damping material to help reduce the amount of jitter in the system. Essentially, if you have too much vibration, it'll cause the brain to mistake that as maybe outside external forces, causing it to kind of move around. Just shows 1 little tiny piece, not too much, on each of the 4 corners. Too much of this material, and you're kind of defeating the purpose. The idea is to allow it to move around a little bit, but not a lot. Okay, all 4 corners. Take the picture. Now that we have our little foam pad attached to the bottom, I'm going to mount it to our aircraft. This little arrow here points forward. I'm aligning it right now with the little protective pads on here, so I'm going to just find out where center is and kind of eyeball it. Once I figure out where center is and how it looks, I'll remove these and then adhere it permanently. I'm slowly lowering it in place until it grabs. Okay, it looks centered. Once you're sure it's centered, give a little bit of a press, and now it's on there. Okay, now let's connect the ESCs. On the FY-901, the ESC is connected in the back. So I've routed all the wires up the rear of the aircraft, labeling each one with little dots on the white wire so I can tell where they go. So, let's hook them up. Make sure to hold on to this as you're attaching these. You don't want to hurt the foam by bending it. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. There. Okay, we're all mounted up now, so I'm just going to take and mount our receiver and some props and go flying.
So here we are out in the field, ready to flight test the FY-901 sent to us by HobbyKing. But first, there are a couple of important details we want to go over with you. Alright, the first thing to be aware of, and this is an important issue because it involves safety, is that the FY-901 is armed the moment you plug it in. Therefore, before you do that, make sure the power on your radio is on and that the throttle is all the way down. The second thing you need to be aware of is that the FY-901 has got two LED indicators on it. One is blue, the other one is red. The blue LED indicates your flight mode. A blinking light indicates that you're in stability mode. A solid light means you're in acro mode. The red LED should be off during normal operations. If you see it blinking while the aircraft is sitting still on your bench, that indicates that you need to recalibrate the gyros. If you see it come on at any time during flight, that means you've got too much vibration in the system. Now we're going to go back over to Techinstein and go flying.
So on top of the flight controller here, we have three little potentiometers. We have pitch, roll, and yaw. Those are used to adjust the flight characteristics and stability. You'll need a small flathead screwdriver to make adjustments. So I have the potentiometers at center line, which is where they ask you to start from. It's a little bit drifty. It's kind of wandering around a bit on its own, a little bit spongy response. I'm going to bring it back and tighten it up a little bit, raise the potentiometers a little bit here. And increasing the pitch and yaw both at the same time. And let's take it back out and see how it flies. Well, I think it's feeling pretty good right about now. I could probably tweak it just a little bit more, but actually it flies pretty good. Tooling about. Nice and smooth. Make that not so smooth.
While we're flying, we've been seeing a wobble that we have not been able to completely tune out using the potentiometers. We think maybe we've got a propeller that's slightly out of balance. We're thinking that the FY-901 is a little more susceptible to vibration than other flight control systems we've used. However, Techinstein's come up with a solution that only costs 75 cents.
And the solution is actually 75 cents in the form of 3/4 strapped to the top of the unit here. That works because the foam is nice and soft, acts as a bit of ballast, a little weight to help dampen vibration. So that's our look at the FY-901 from HobbyKing.
Anyway, you can pick one of these up at a great price from over on their website.
Hope you enjoyed watching. See you next time.
All right, fly safe.